looks to me like it's a kind of restart for the coach. You know, you need to reshape the team because there's going to be many changes. The quickest the players they get used to get play together, and also the new players, because most of the time, you know, it's people from abroad adapt to the Premier League, which is different and unique. The better for everybody. So it's going to be a matter of seeing if they can start in a nice way. Because I remember last year, the 2 or 3 teams, especially the 2 teams that they didn't start well, they were then too far. No, Sheffield was a long back, and even Ipswich, it was a moment that they were too far back. It happened to Burnley before, it happened. So it's important that you start and you maintain yourself. I'm not saying you stay in the top 10 because nobody's asking for that, but just in contact with the team. So important the start.
You met Régis Le Bris last season during the summer. You got to speak to him. Were you even surprised by how well Sunderland did last season and getting promoted to the Premier League? Did you expect that when you spoke to him last season?
No, I'm going to be honest. No, not for 2 or 3 reasons. One, because he was alone. I suppose you know, he didn't bring any of the French assistants. And I've been up in there and being a foreigner alone. I remember talking to the people from the club, to the owners, and say, bring him someone, please help him, you know, like give me a little bit of support, someone who can go and eat even, you know. Like, and then they brought a coach. I don't know from where, but they brought a coach. I think he said that he was very quick to understand what he needed. I think he's very intelligent, I suppose, because the team started very well, and from the beginning they were like consistent. It was a moment that I thought, okay, they're gonna be there and they're about a playoff 100%. So it was by mid-season, it was done, the playoff for me. But then I got really worried when I nearly say when we, you know, Sunderland, when we lost the last 5 games of the season, like not now, you know, don't lose the momentum. And why I was surprised, because being totally honest, it shows that football is incredible. I don't think that the Sunderland deserved to get through Coventry. And I don't think that they were deserved winners of the final. I don't. I think that it was the momentum, it was the time, you know, it's your moment, your season, and they went up. I think previously they had better chances and they were better, you know, when they lost the playoff a few years back. But this one, it was like, because the first game at Coventry was exceptional, and Sunderland wins the game 2-1 with 2 shots. And then the second leg is to the last second. I mean, it was like, wow. And they get through. And then they go to Wembley, and Sheffield is unbelievable. And somehow, okay? So it was the time. Now, that shows that the consistency was the key, and the belief of the player, the mental side. Because if you were not together and mental ready to go, you won't win. You wouldn't win those 3 games, okay? And that's something that the coach needs to create now, quickly. New players, foreigners, Sunderland, up north, you know. Do it now, guys, summer. Don't wait for the winter, because you know you're there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see.
And Gus, you talk about the playoffs there, but have you ever seen anything like those 3 games? Obviously, you managed Sunderland to some brilliant results. I was in the crowd, Manchester United away in the League Cup, the Newcastle games as well. You know, really special, really memorable. But those 3 games, the 2 against Coventry, the last-minute goals, the way the fans reacted, the noise, I've never experienced anything like that. It was just incredible.
Yeah, it probably was, you know, the years waiting after so many years being away from the Premier League brings something extra. My first moment at Sunderland is Borini against Newcastle. It was explosion. It was wow, incredible. Okay, the 2 wins at Newcastle, they are away, they are different. No, it's a different kind of connection with the fans. They are beautiful because they are away. They are magnificent, but they are away. But I think the biggest explosion, it was the Borini moment. And when I was watching that last goal against Coventry in the second leg, and seeing that stadium, I was watching the television, it was tremendous. Yeah, I can imagine. It was, because at Wembley it's 50-50, you know, the fans. But I think the moment of the biggest explosion is a late goal at home in the second leg against Coventry. It was tremendous. And then is when I believe, yes, anything can happen. Even playing bad against Sheffield, because this is what the team is playing for. It was tremendous. And it was nice. I think it was time as well, because every year, like, yes, but come on, do it. Bang, in. See you later.
And Gus, have you been we mentioned the spending earlier this summer, but has that taken you a little bit by surprise in a sense, just the level of it? I think it's well over 100 million now. I was surprised,
Yes.
to be honest.
I was surprised. Yes. I thought they would spend something, but I didn't expect that over 100 million. No, I didn't. And interesting. Now, important. A few years back, Fulham went up, spent 100 million, they went down. That doesn't give you salvation. Okay? The important is that those players that arrive, they settle down very quickly, the coach reshape, and you start well. Like I said, don't start bad and stay away from the other ones. Start well, maintain in touch with all the teams, and then it's up to you, Then you can add in January, if you're lucky with the injuries, blah, blah, blah. But it's important to start well.
Look, two last questions for you. I don't think, as a player or as a coach, I don't think you ever lost to Newcastle. Can Sunderland beat Newcastle next season, and can they stay up?
Listen, look, I'm not gonna miss that game. I hope I don't have a game and I need to be watching. No, I'm not gonna miss that game. I think it's gonna be nice for the coach. Amazing for the coach. The coach will realize, to play same level. And I think Newcastle this year, they are worse. So, big chance, okay? Big chance. But yeah, there is no better feeling. Look, I don't know if you know this story. Maybe you heard it from me. After a week being in there, we left the training ground like at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. because we were all late at the training ground. And in a traffic light, they stopped us, some fans, and they started shouting, and I put the window down. And they said to me, don't lose against Newcastle. Beat them up. And I went, okay, window up. I look at my assistant, Tano, I said, Tano, we know. That's